Hello, crafting friends. I'm Dorene Decibus from It Begins with Ink and Paper, and welcome to Funfold Friday. I am so happy you're able to join me this week, either on the live or the replay, or on my YouTube channel. Thank you. I appreciate you supporting my business. Okay, I've got my phone all set. I am ready to go. So I have a beautiful new bundle and designer series paper to show you. It's actually part of a suite, and it's going to be available to customers on May 6th. It's a new online exclusive, and when I was able to do a pre-order and started looking at all the new things we could order, I fell in love with this set. I'm a flower girl anyway, so I do love floral sets, but this has a lot going for it. So it's called the Impressions of Bloom bundle, and it comes from the suite called the Floral Impressions Suite Collection. And I'm going to show you tonight just the designer series paper and the stamp and the bundle. So first of all, it's a photopolymer stamp set. It comes with a set of, are you ready? 25 dies. So it has, and these are really great dies. Hi Lynn, thanks for joining. We have these two ovals. One of the ovals makes a beautiful border and has the raised image edges. Hi Bonnie, thanks for joining. But all of the florals, so that you can stamp a floral and you can die cut it out, but it also has a matching if you're just cutting it out from paper, and I'll show you this as I go on tonight because I have some cut out. You're going to get this beautifully embossed image, and we have it for the flowers, the leaves. It's just fabulous. So just, it's a great bundle all around. Hi, Angela. Oh, and you're up in Dalton. I have been there many times. I hope it's warm enough for you in your camper. So let me show you the beautiful designer series paper. So on one side, and I'll show you the floral sides first, you have this just gorgeous florals. This piece has all of the different patterns of the designer series paper, kind of just in these wavy lines going across the paper. We have Misty, Moonlight, Fresh Freesia, Pretty in Pink, the very brand new Strawberry Slush. It's not brand new because it also, it was an in color many years ago, but it's a new in color. It also has, for colors, let me just make sure I don't miss anything, crushed curry. So we see some of the crushed curry here. It has some darling duckling. So these little flowers here are in the darling duckling. That's one of our new in colors. We have garden green. So you see the garden green here, and you're going to also see some old olive going through the greens. As I said, the Misty Moonlight. It has some peach pie, some pool party, Pretty in Pink, and the Strawberry Slush. So we've got all of these beautiful colors that are in the designer series paper. So there's one design. Here's the next floral design. Are you starting to see in your mind all the great things you can do with this? So we have that beautiful, and then we have the sunflowers with all the greenery, so pretty. And then we just have the sunflower page with some of the peach pie flowers. And we have another beautiful floral page. And then we have that page with the larger flowers in the pool party. So the little flowers are in pool party. We have the Misty Moonlight and the Fresh Freesia. Now, if we turn this over, we've just got some great solid different designs. So we have some old olive here. We have some of the fresh, the Strawberry Slush here. The garden green. The pool party, and they all have a different design on it. So I'll hold the pool party up really close so that hopefully you can see that design on it. And I will be using 3 different designs in tonight's paper. So there you go, those circles, and then we have some fresh freesia and some crushed curry. So that is the really cool designer series paper. So tonight we're going to make a fold that's called a WV fold, and I'll show you why it's called that. Before I even show you the front of the card, I'll show you that WZ. So you can see when I open this up, we have a W right here and we have a V right here. So that's where we get our WV from. Pretty cool. So this is the front of the card. You can see that I've used some of the sentiments from the stamp set. I've used some of the die cut flowers. You can see that beautiful embossing on them, showing the image of the flower. So pretty on the leaves too. When it opens up, you get to see those different designer series papers and some of a little stamping on the inside as well. So let me show you what you need to make this card. I've already done some die cutting. I just have it here in an envelope that I'm going to just set aside. I'm going to start with my piece of Misty Moonlight cardstock. It measures 5.5 by 11, and I'm going to be scoring this. I also have a piece of 3 by 6 of Misty Moonlight. We're going to be scoring that as well. And then finally, I have a piece that measures 3 by 3. So those are the pieces of the Misty Moonlight. Then I have a piece of fresh freesia. It measures 3 3/4 by 5 1/4. We'll be doing some layering with that. I have 3 pieces of basic white cardstock, and those 3 pieces measure 2 3/4 by 2 3/4. And then I have the designer series paper, and these are the patterns that I decided to use tonight. So this piece here, the largest piece, measures 3.5 by 5. Then I have, these are actually the same piece, but just the opposite side. So I have 2 here that measure 1.5 by 5 1/4, and then I have another 2 that measure 1.5 by 5 1/4. Okay, let's put those aside as well. And let's start with doing our scoring. Get my score pal over here. All right. So I am going to start with my piece that measures 3 by 6, and along the 6-inch side, I am going to score at 3 inches. Again, all of these score lines and measurements for the cardstock will be in the comments when the video is posted, and I also will have in the description on my YouTube channel so that you'll be able to find that. So for the Misty Moonlight cardstock, that measures 5.5 by 11. I'm going to have this on the 11-inch side, and I'm going to start at 1 3/4 of an inch and score there. Then I'm going to score at 3.5 inches. I'm going to then score at 5 1/4 inch. And finally, I'm going to score at 7 inches. So again, I have 1 3/4, 3.5, 5 1/4, and 7 inches. And again, I will post that in the comments. All right. All right, so to fold this is going to be the base of my card. So I'm just going to burnish that really nicely. So the card is going to go open up this way. So I'm going to just do an accordion fold here. And when I open that, that is going to give me my W fold. And then this smaller piece is going to give me my V fold. All right, so let's start putting this together. So first, let's start with my larger piece of paper. It's my designer series paper and my, see which way I want it to go. I think like that. And I'm just going to add some Stampin' Seal, and I'm going to, let me just get that, some Stampin' Seal, and I'm just going to put this onto the Fresh Freesia cardstock. And this is going to go for the inside of my card. So we'll add a little more. There we go. And now I'm going to put these smaller strips on the cardstock. So I'm going to start right here and put this floral piece. Then I'm going to put a piece of the Fresh Freesia. Right next to that. Just trying to line up everything at 5 1/4. Then we'll go with the floral image right here. And then the pink. There we go. Okay, I'm going to do a little stamping on this one piece. And I'm just making this a thank you card. So right down here at the bottom, I'm just going to stamp my thanks. Beautiful font. And then on one of these pieces, I am going to stamp so very much. And I'm just putting this right at the bottom, so I have plenty of room to write my message inside. If I don't feel I have enough room to write my message, I can always add a piece of white on the back here. All right, so this piece here is going to be mounted on the 3x3 piece of Misty Moonlight. And this piece is going to go right here. I'm going to center it in, and that looks pretty good, so I'm going to just add that. This is a very easy card to make once you know the scoring of it. And now this piece is going to be going here. And what I want to make sure when I put it on is that I'm going to cover that inside piece so that you can't see it. So one piece can go on right away, and the other piece we're going to do a little bit with it. So this I'm using as a place to do some writing, or I might put some additional images on it later, but it again is going to just be folded over here to form that V part. And this front piece is going to be where I'm going to build my flower. So let me just get all these pieces out. There we go. Now this is the fun part where you get to put everything together. All right, so I've got some leaves here. So I've got a little vine of leaves. I have two of the smaller leaves, and that's all in in Old Olive cardstock. I've got two of these flowers in Misty Moonlight. I've got 6 of these small flowers in the Pool Party. Oops, I've got 7 actually, because I must have put that one in. I was looking for that for the other car. I've got a larger of this kind of flower in Pretty in Pink, and then the larger flower in Fresh Fuchsia, and I cut out a white center for the Fresh Fuchsia flower. I'm going to be using just some glue to put some things together, so I'm going to just add a little bit of glue to the center of that flower, and then I'm going to add this piece in. Even the center has some images right in the center, so based on what color, it's going to give a different look. Like that would be great for a sunflower, because you can do it in the brown and it will have that speckled kind of look. All right, so my plan is I am going to be putting this on with dimensionals. So I'm just going to add some dimensionals right now to the back of the card. Make sure it's not going to go anywhere. And I'll just take those off, so this is all set to go when I've got everything else lined up. All right, so I'm going to start by putting my leaves sort of like right in the center of the coming off to the side a little bit. I think I want it more like this, so right here. So I'm just going to add a little bit of glue to the bottom of the leaves. So I want the top leaves to kind of be free to move around, however I want them to be. So this will go a little bit over to the side, but it's going to stick out over the top. All right. Now I'm going to put this down, but I'm not going to let it stick yet. And I'm going to start by adding some of my different pieces. So let's add some of the leaves. So I'm just going to stick this under the flower and press that down. And I'm going to add the other leaf. Right over here. There we go. And I'm going to put my first flower. Happy birthday, Suzette, and happy vacation to you too. And I'm just going to add that one right there. And add the pink one off to the side. And then I'm just going to press everything down. So this is what it looks like so far. And then I'm going to use these little flowers to add some accent pieces. I'm just going to turn them all over. Okay, I thought I had 7. I'm back down to 6. That's okay. All right, so now I'm going to add just some accents. So I'm going to use my, where did I put it? Take a pick tool. And I am going to add a flower right here. So I'm just going to pick the flower up and put it right down where the glue is. I'm going to put one over here. And then I'm going to put one right up in the top. Right there to start out our little bloom. And I think I'm going to add the others somewhere else, and I'll show you. So there we go with how our front panel is going to look. And I am also going to take some rhinestones. Let me just move these out of the way. Take some rhinestones and put the little tiny ones right in the center of the flowers. And I'll show you what that looks like. Just to give it a little bling. All right, and this is going to go right on the front of my V part of the card. And I'm just going to add, so this is a little different because I had added, I added more flowers on my original one. So I'm just going to hold that there for a second. And now I'm going to get ready to put this on. So I'm going to line this up. I'm going to add a little bit of glue here. And I'm going to close that over. It's covering below nicely. And I'm going to put a little bit of glue here and fold that over. Make sure it's nice and straight. There we go. And now what I think I want to do is put a flower down here and up here. So I'm going to add a little dot of glue in both of those places. Add my flower. And then add some rhinestones. And I'll show you what the card looks like. Because we are done with this week's Fun Fold Friday. It's nice sometimes to have a quick and easy but impressive card. So here's the front of the card. Here's what it looks like when it's open. And here you can clearly see that W and the V, which are its trademark part of the card, why it's called a WV fold. And I can't wait for you to get your hands on this beautiful sweet collection or bundle or even just the paper. So thank you so much for joining me tonight for this edition of Fun Fold Friday. I'll be back Sunday night for Simply Stamping Sunday. And we are finishing up textured notes this month. I can't believe it's already the last Friday of April and the last weekend of April. And so join me so you can see some great, last Sunday of the month, I always do some fun folds. So make sure you join me for that. Hope you enjoyed this card tonight, and I will see you Sunday night. Oh, and I'm also back on Tuesday night for the technique of the month. And I don't want to forget, tonight is the last night of free shipping. So if you have an order you want to place and it's $75, you can get free shipping tonight. So take advantage of that. And take advantage on May 6th of getting one of these brand new suites that will be available. Again, thanks for joining me. I'll see you Sunday night. Good night, everyone. Have a great weekend.